He was loyal, he was patient, he was broken. Harry Kane spent 10 years chasing glory and got nothing. When he finally made the move to Bayern Munich, it wasn't just a transfer, it was a statement. Kane didn't give up. He bet everything on himself. One last chance to turn world-class talent into titles, or to be remembered as the striker who almost had it all. This is the story of how Harry Kane became Bayern Munich's most valuable weapon, and why letting him go might be the biggest regret in Tottenham's history. Before Kane, Bayern had a Lewandowski-shaped hole in their attack. The Polish striker left in 2022 with 344 goals in 375 games. Despite domestic success, Bayern lacked a clinical, versatile number 9. Then came Harry Kane. In his very first Bundesliga season, Kane exceeded every expectation. By March 2025, he had scored over 30 goals in the league alone, more than any Bayern player had managed the season before. And he wasn't just tapping the ball in, he scored. From distance, with headers, volleys, and his left foot, showing a complete range of finishing skills. His expected goals per 90 minutes ranked among the highest in Europe. That's not luck, that's deadly efficiency. Kane's arrival brought new life to a Bayern attack that had become predictable. Defenders can't switch off, not with Harry Kane on the pitch. But more than the goals, it's his consistency that sets him apart. He scored in crucial matches against Dortmund, Leipzig, and Leverkusen. His ability to deliver under pressure brought back a familiar feeling, that sense of inevitability, last seen in the Lewandowski era. Bayern no longer needs a plan B. With Kane, they have a plan A, and it works almost every time. Every time he steps onto the pitch, he brings a guarantee: goals. And at the highest level, that's priceless. But Kane is no ordinary striker. One reason he's so indispensable is his dual role. He creates just as much as he finishes, and he's been doing that since his Tottenham days. In the 2023-24 season, Kane led the Bundesliga with 36 goals. He also tallied 8 assists. He often drops deep, pulling defenders out of position, and finds wingers like Leroy Sané or Kingsley Coman with pinpoint passes. His false 9 role is backed up by the numbers. He averages around 1.3 key passes per game, with expected assists on par with elite midfielders. But it's not just the stats, it's the intelligence. Kane's vision and timing help Bayern play more effectively between the lines. When teams press high, Kane holds the ball up, launching counterattacks with perfect timing. When teams sit deep, his link-up play helps break them down. He's essentially Bayern's extra number 10, without sacrificing goals. In games where the midfield is outnumbered, Kane steps in to control the tempo. His range of passing, his awareness, and decision-making give Bayern a creative edge they didn't have before. Bayern didn't just buy a striker. They brought in a one-man offense. Yes, he's an elite finisher, but he's also a playmaker, a player who makes everyone around him better. When Vincent Kompany took over at Bayern, many questioned if his tactical system, based on high pressing and structured build-up, could work at a club like this. But one thing was clear: to make it work, he needed a centerpiece. That centerpiece was Harry Kane. Kane's football IQ and adaptability became Kompany's tactical insurance policy. In Kompany's system, Kane is more than a number 9. He's the connector, the magnet, the conductor. He drops between the lines, pulls centre-backs out of shape, and links play with brilliant one-touch passes. Instead of waiting in the box, Kane often drifts into midfield spaces, creates overloads, and brings inverted wingers like Sané, Olise, or Musiala into play. The stats confirm it. This season, Kane averages over 23 touches per game and completes more passes per 90 minutes than many Bundesliga midfielders. His pass accuracy in the final third is above 80%, and his progressive passes are among the top 5 for strikers in all of Europe. One of the most underrated things Kane brought to Bayern is leadership. At Tottenham, he carried an entire club for years. At Bayern, he stepped into a dressing room full of champions and still led by example. Whether he's demanding more from teammates or staying calm under pressure, Kane brings a quiet authority. He's often the first to lift the team when things go wrong and the first to give credit when things go right. Even off the pitch, his professionalism sets him apart. His nutrition, discipline, and training habits set the standard, and his influence shows in the moments that matter. Late goals, pressure penalties, strong performances in tough away games. this is a player who shows up when it counts. His consistency in big games rubs off. Young stars like Jamal Musiala and Mathys Tel have praised his guidance. Kane didn't just bring skill, he brought belief. A quiet self-confidence that Bayern can win any game, no matter the odds. And when you combine elite talent with an elite mentality, you don't just strengthen a team, you transform it. FC Bayern doesn't just aim to dominate the Bundesliga, they're hungry for Champions League glory. In the 2024-25 Champions League season, Harry Kane showcased his prowess by netting 10 goals and providing 2 assists over 11 matches, averaging nearly a goal per game. His performance was instrumental in Bayern's journey to the quarterfinals, where they faced Inter Milan. Despite Kane's contributions, Bayern were eliminated after a 4-3 aggregate loss. His experience in Premier League derbies and World Cup knockouts makes him a reliable performer on the biggest stage. More importantly, he thrives under pressure. Stoppage-time penalties, decisive knockout ties. His composure is unshakable. In Europe, that's gold. Kane also brings a psychological advantage. Opponents know, one mistake and he'll punish them. His presence alone pushes defensive lines deeper, creating more space for Bayern's playmakers. But Harry Kane's value goes far beyond football. Since his arrival, Bayern's global visibility has skyrocketed, especially in English-speaking countries. Shirt sales, way up. Social media traffic, surging. Premier League fans now regularly tune into Bayern matches. In fact, Bayern's YouTube and Instagram channels saw double-digit growth in the first 3 months after his signing. His presence opened new doors, from sponsorships to TV deals. The Kane effect brought Bayern into markets where the club had barely registered before. Merchandise sales soared in the UK, the United States, and Australia. At 31, Kane is at his peak and still incredibly marketable. He brings the brand power of a Messi or Ronaldo, but without the drama. For Bayern, he's not just a striker, he's a global ambassador. In modern football, performance is only half the game. The other half is business, and Kane is a priceless investment. In an era where muscle injuries and burnout are everywhere, Harry Kane stands out. Over the last 5 seasons, he's played more than 40 games a year, rarely missing more than a week through injury. His game isn't based on sprinting. It's based on intelligence, positioning, and technique, and that kind of style doesn't fade with age. For Bayern, that means one thing above all: reliability. Not just a moment of brilliance, but year after year of excellence. No striker rotation, no endless injury lists, just goals, assists, and top-level performances, week after week. That consistency allows Bayern to build their attack around him with full confidence, and it brings something just as valuable: stability. A quality often overlooked when you're competing in multiple tournaments at once. While other teams rotate and rest players, Kane delivers. He's tailored his training for longevity, and it's paying off. Bayern haven't just signed a world-class striker, they've got a machine. Even in a packed match schedule, Kane maintains his level. He knows when to sprint, when to conserve energy, and when to press. He's mastered the rhythm of the modern game. In a team full of stars, Kane brings the most important thing of all: consistency. So, why is Harry Kane an indispensable weapon for Bayern? Because he scores like Lewandowski, creates chances like Müller, leads like Lahm, and adapts like a true great. He's the complete package. Not just a footballer, but someone who makes everyone around him better. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next.